Hello, Abliva shareholders, and thank you for joining me today to review our 2020 accomplishments and our goals for 2021. I am Ellen Donnelly, the recently appointed CEO of Abliva. Given the ongoing COVID pandemic, this presentation is being offered to the Abliva shareholders as part of our AGM on May 20th, 2021. At the core of Abliva are our patients, so I thought it was appropriate to begin the presentation recognizing patients suffering from primary mitochondrial diseases, or PMDs. These are debilitating rare diseases with severe symptoms and continuous deterioration. These patients suffer from a wide variety of symptoms, including fatigue and muscle weakness, loss of hearing, to multisystemic complications that include cardiomyopathy to organ failure. There are no approved medicines for systemic PMD, and due to the fact that it's an orphan disease, these patients often suffer alone. You can learn more about the patient struggles in the videos on our website. In addition to the high unmet medical need of patients with PMD, I joined Abliva because I saw a company that was incredibly differentiated from our competitors. I was impressed with a team of highly experienced colleagues and their passion for our mission. I was also impressed that Abliva has a research organization, colleagues working to both support our current programs as well as discover new compounds. I was also attracted to the public nature of the company and the fact that the shareholders hold us accountable. Finally, I think we have a stellar portfolio. We have a strategy that is focused on developing the best mitochondrial medicine portfolio in the industry. And we've done this through a mix of business development and our internal research group. And together, with your support, we will continue to build the foundation to become the global leader in mitochondrial medicine R&D. Abliva is well positioned to do this. So you may ask me how. I think there are three important variables that will influence our success. The first is the company. We all know the key to any successful organization is its people, and the team at Abliva is fantastic, with drug development expertise second to none and over 20 years of experience in mitochondrial medicine research. The team has created an exciting portfolio of differentiated assets with strong mechanistic rationale. Many of our competitors either have one asset in PMD or are running a clinical study in PMD as an opportunistic play, so our portfolio is definitely unique in the industry. Our research engine was already mentioned, but I bring it up again as it will be a key goal of mine to increase the funding to this part of the organization so that we can move new programs into development. Another key component of building the leading biotech company is picking a disease area where you can compete and you can win. We've picked an area, mitochondrial medicine, that has just emerged in the industry. Primary mitochondrial diseases, the indications of our lead assets, are orphan diseases and thus bring advantages, both on the regulatory front, with increased advice and flexibility from the regulators, coupled with a shorter time to market, as well as on the commercial side with enhanced pricing flexibility. The smaller number of patients means we can commercialize the drugs ourselves and plan to do so. Finally, we found an area where there are enough competitors to drive interest, but there's clearly room for all of us. And we have two drugs that will be in the clinic next year, both targeting different indications within PMD. In addition, both drugs are first-in-class molecules and could be used in conjunction with any of the other molecules in development. Also, investors have shown extreme interest in this space, two recent deals being Renio, who did a large Series B followed by an IPO, and then MitoBridge, which was acquired by Astellas. So looking at Abliva, how did we do in 2020? In 2020, through discussions with the FDA, we dramatically cut the time to market for KL1333. We managed to conduct a study in PMD patients in the UK in the midst of the pandemic, and we started an important drug-drug interaction study. We also progressed NV354 and conducted business development discussions for Neurostat, a non-core asset that we hope to bring value to Abliva through a partnership. In 2020, we also raised money, first through the preferential rights issue and then through an investment by a new specialist investor, Hadean Ventures. The expertise that Roger Franklin and Hadean have brought to the team have been significant, and we hope to attract other specialist investors as well as institutional investors to the company in the future. In 2020, we changed our name to reflect our new strategy. We are Abliva. Here you can see our portfolio. I will briefly highlight the two latest stage assets, KL1333 and NV354. KL1333, our lead asset, impacts the mitochondria through modulation of the NAD plus NADH ratio. KL1333 has been shown to be safe after dosing in over 100 subjects and patients, and we just released efficacy data last night on a small cohort of PMD patients. This program is on track for IND submission and phase 2/3 study start later this year. NV354 was developed by our research group at Abliva. This compound has a different but complementary mode of action to KL1333. NV354 is a brain-penetrable prodrug of succinate, and it's on its track to enter the clinic in 2022. This compound is being developed for the rare PMD syndrome called Leigh syndrome, but it also has the potential to expand into other PMD indications. I thought I would take a few minutes to walk you through some of the latest data on the KL1333 program. Here you can see data from our in vivo experiments where we showed the impact of KL1333 on function, grip strength, and biomarkers. We also looked at the effects of KL1333 in patient cells and confirmed our mechanism of action. Today, we announced more supportive data, this time in human patients. Here you can see data from our phase 1A/1B study. As you will remember, this study included a cohort of 8 PMD patients. 6 patients were treated with KL1333 and 2 of whom received placebo. This was done in a blinded fashion so that no one, neither the investigator nor the patient, knew what they were being given. The main purpose of this study was to look at safety and tolerability and PK, both in healthy volunteers and patients. But we also took the opportunity to look at a few clinically relevant endpoints in anticipation of our upcoming study. The patients were only dosed for 10 days, but the patients treated with KL1333 performed better than the placebo in all 3 of these clinical endpoints. In addition, patients with the highest level of drug in their blood showed the best effects on the endpoints. This data is extremely important for Abliva. It provides the first evidence of efficacy of KL1333 in patients. And these endpoints give us confidence to use both fatigue and functional endpoints in our upcoming study. Taken together, the placebo-controlled nature of this cohort, the strong signal over a small number of patients, and the association between the exposure and the effect indicate that KL1333 is strongly positioned to enter the registrational phase 2/3 study later this year. With the release of this data, the KL1333 program remains on track to deliver its goals for this year. In addition to KL1333, we have a number of upcoming milestones for NV354 that will take it to the clinic in 2022. And finally, we will continue discussions on Neurostat with the goal of finding a partner for that important program. In summary, Abliva is well positioned to become a dominant player in the treatment of mitochondrial diseases. 2020 was an extremely strong year for the company, and 2021 promises to be even more exciting. Thank you to all of you for your support on this program as we take this journey, as we work to develop novel medicines for patients with primary mitochondrial diseases. Thank you.